Alright, here it is. The Mirage2000S5. What a beautiful plane she is as well. Coming in with a possible 4 missiles, being 2 radar and 2 IR. Small but fair payload of 1,250 kilograms of either dumb bombs or mentally deficient ones, if you want to put it like that. It's also fitted with 2 different cannons with 250 rounds total. There's nothing to write home about, but yeah, I guess the job done at top tier. The performance metrics of the Mirage are pretty solid. If you're a competent pilot, you'll be able to outturn and dogfight basically anything at this tier, with big 29s and F-14s being pretty hard to win against in a turn fight, but you can outsmart them if they're bad enough pilots, but if it's a solid pilot, you're basically done for. The Mirage also carries 90 countermeasures total, which I use flare priority with just in case I need to get rid of any radar locks with the shaft. The Mirage's radar is pretty solid with a search zone of 120 by 10 degrees. Its tracking is pretty good. I've never had any issues. If there's any pilots that know how to notch or evade radar missiles, they will be able to do that. But otherwise, if you've got all your keybinds set up correctly, which I probably will make a video on at some point, you can just switch to SRC from your pulse Doppler, and you will be able to catch on again, and the missile will correct itself and still hit the target. So I've never had any issues with the radar. Pretty solid overall. This plane has a max IAS speed of 940 miles an hour or 1,512 kilometers an hour. If you exceed this, you pretty much will rip your wings, so be careful, and you can reach this speed on the deck just with afterburner, even carrying a heavy payload. So just monitor your speed and make sure you don't succeed that, otherwise you will die. As you can see on the gameplay on the screen right now, this is a perfect example of how good the radar and the turning mobility of this plane is. I'm able to get a lock and a launch, and it's able to guide itself in so quick and accurately, and I'm also able to just turn and pull off with absolute ease. It's honestly quite a good aircraft, and I'm surprised not many people use it. I'm flying around the outskirts now to go drop my bombs off at a base, and then I'm going to curve in, try and get some unsuspecting targets, but also be wary that you're not the only person who's thinking this. There will be enemies that will fly towards you and try and take you out as you go towards the base, but that's okay. If you've got a keybind to select which weapon you want to use, you can flick between them. I like to use the Magic 2s on enemies that aren't focusing on me. Not great for head-ons, and I do use the 530Ds for head-ons like I would any other engagement. Again, as every map, you want to be traveling on the outside, following the outskirts of the map, and then curving in around the back of the enemy. I don't know why not everybody does this. A lot of people will just fly straight head-on into the enemy, try and get some missiles up, and will more than likely die to the enemy. Or vice versa, it can end a bit of a stalemate. Or half your team will just disappear within the first 30 seconds of engagement. As you can see, and I'm approaching my max IAS speed. About 940 is roughly where it likes to rip off, so I need to monitor that. And even look, I'm just flying on the deck, even with turning, I will get this speed. And I have died to it, I don't know, maybe once or twice. It's not a super common thing, but it does happen. Here we go. That'll be an easy kill. Again, the radar missiles are really, really good at pulling, even straight from the rail. Honestly, I don't know why people don't like this plane. It is quite good. And there goes the Magic 2. It did fall for those flares, unfortunately. Okay, well done, teammate. F-16 will rinse our entire team if we're not careful. Oh, and that's game over for the F-16. He's pulled up into a vertical climb. We've got outspeed and outturn. And he's gone. Some things you'll need to watch out for when flying the Mirage is that you are quite a big airframe, so you will need to do those last minute jolts and juts to avoid someone's line of sight if they've got guns on. Otherwise you will just absolutely crumble mid-air. The fuel's spread apart, but I mean this is jets, so if you're going to get hit with a Vulcan or a 20-30 mil, you're basically screwed anyway. On the off chance that you do survive, it does have quite good survivability, as long as it's hit with armor-piercing rounds. you should be alright. You can probably continue fighting, you just won't have that speed that you would normally have. This is an example of a 530F being fired. It's not as good as the D, but it's still pretty goddamn good. There goes an F. Good lock, good launch, bad tracking, picks it up at the end, glorious. Overall, do I think that going for the Mirage2000 is worth it? Yeah. It's a really solid aircraft for top tier. I've got absolutely no quarrels with it. It's good. It outperforms most things, to be fair. I don't see why you wouldn't really want to get it. Even for France's top tier, the Mirage2000S5 is still a solid choice. I'm currently working towards the 5F. I have it. I'm trying to spade it. Only because of its bomb options. It does get pave makers, which are guided. I will have a video coming out on that soon. But otherwise, yeah, this is a really solid vehicle. If you want to go for France and you're worried about how good these are at top tier, they're pretty goddamn good. Hey guys, thank you for watching this. It's a new format that I'm working on. It's a little bit messy for this video, but the next one will be more in depth, etc, etc. I've also started streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/gamermoss. You can catch me there playing all sorts of games from War Thunder to CSGO and maybe something else in between, depending on what I'm working on. That's where I get most of my clips, but you can also come play and interact and we can have a chat and stuff. So I'll see you there and I'll see you in the next one.